Hey, this is Web Junior 1977 here, back in the Oasis once again, of course, and yeah, talk about some more retro gaming goodness, or as this video implies, awesomeness. If that's even a word. If not, I just made it a word. I think it is a word. I'm not sure, but it's alright. Don't always have to be politically correct, you know? But get some people, wait for some people to get in here. And of course, as always, and bottom screwed up again, so I gotta have my little hey, what's up, Mr. Liquid Cool 360? What's up, brother? Make sure you check his guy out on YouTube, Awesome Brother from Another Mother. For sure. Got my bottom of a bottle here so I can set this, because it's the bottom screwed up, so I can set it in there so it doesn't just like fall over, you know. But yeah, we figured this shit out. Gotta go somewhere tomorrow and get some more soda, almost out. So, yeah, yay for that, right? But, yeah. Back once again. Hope to get some people in here and, talk about some awesome shit, as always. Don't think there's anything to show on stream that I know of. Haven't really been getting a lot of stuff lately, but for obvious reasons, prices have went up on everything, and we all know how that's making life a little more difficult nowadays. Got to stick to the priorities, of course, so which you always got to do that, but now it's just a little more now it's just a little extra sticking to the priorities, let's put it that way. Buy what you need, not what you want, kind of thing. So really haven't been getting a whole lot, but yeah, here's hoping the future gets better, you know. Eventually, hopefully it'll get better. We'll see. Hey, Ninja Bill Reviews, how you doing, brother? How you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. Another guy right there on YouTube. Make sure you check him out. I think his link is in the description below. Once this video has been uploaded, anyway. That isn't right now. I gotta figure out how to put them in there. That way, it'll be in there right away. You know. I'm doing great, actually. Have off tomorrow and the next day, so, you know. Had to go in work today, which anybody that knows me, I work 4/10, so Friday's like my Saturday, so it's alright to get some overtime. I got a roof to pay for now and a fuel tank to fill up for winter, so it's nice to get some overtime. It's just it gets a little old if you do every Friday, but at least I still got 2 days off and spend with the kiddos and have a little rest and relaxation time, so it's alright. I mean, get a little extra money, nothing wrong with that. Oh, I appreciate it, yeah. Yeah, I figured I'd go ahead and I've been starting a little earlier lately just to so I'm not dead to the world tired. And so yeah, I appreciate you stopping in for sure. But anybody that jumps in, I don't think there's anybody in here yet that I don't know, but make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. At 500 subscribers, gonna be doing another giveaway, so I'll be watching out for that. So just trying to think of Oh yeah, no problem at all, brother, for sure. Never mind giving shout outs for awesome guys like you guys. But not that I have millions of subscribers, but I mean every subscription helps, you know what I mean? Like if I get you a couple subscribers, that's a couple subscribers you didn't have, you know? Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah. Gotta love the typos. I'm hell for that as well. Especially one on my phone, it just does stupid stuff. It changes real words into stupid words that don't even exist, you know what I mean? So but yeah. Yeah. It's weird because sometimes you'll accidentally spell something wrong and it'll let it go, and other times you'll spell something right and it'll change it to a completely different word. Or it'll be the word it'll change it to will be spelled right, it'll just be the wrong damn word. You know what I mean? People are like, what the hell is this person talking about, you know? Like, and then you gotta correct yourself. So, pain in the ass, what it is. Just, I think technology should have just went so far, and then it shouldn't have went any further. You know what I mean? They kind of went past the point of where they should have went with technology on phones. Sometimes I think, because to me they're not even a damn phone anymore. They're a computer that can make phone calls. It's is it convenient? Yeah, but at the same time, call it a damn computer that can make portable computer that can make phone calls. It's basically what it is. I mean, how often do we use these to look up stuff and to watch YouTube and to buy stuff and get on Facebook and social media, as opposed to making a phone call with it? How often do we something loose? We don't make a phone call with them half as much as Yeah, that's for sure. I don't play. I play a few games on my phone, but not a lot. Um, I want to get one of them nifty ass, like one of them nifty things that you can put on both sides of your phone that make have like a controller, kind of deal. Make it look like a Switch sort of deal. But I'd love to get one of those, and I would probably definitely game more on my phone. But I can't get past the touchscreen stuff. I don't like the touchscreen stuff. Like I have arcade games on here, like um, yeah, Turtles in Time and stuff like that. But it's just really difficult to play it on touchscreen for me. I'd love to, I'd much rather have physical buttons. But again, it goes back to buying stuff nowadays, buying stuff you need, not stuff you want. So it's going to be a little while before I get something like that. But I definitely would love to get something that you put your phone in and it got controls. But like I said, nowadays you got to buy stuff you need, not stuff you want. So down the road, I'll definitely have to get something like that, or sell stuff to get that. That's what I've been doing. I've been selling stuff to get stuff, and I haven't sold anything that I need. I've been selling doubles of consoles and stuff like that. So it's not like I'm selling anything that I'm gonna miss. Let's put it that way. I had 3 PS2s and I sold 2 of them. Had a couple NESs. I sold one of them. Don't need 3 and 2 of everything. Now I have 2 N64s, but only because this one where my finger is the US model, and this one where my finger is the Japanese version of it. But yeah. Other than that, and of course I have the Genesis 3 and the smaller Super Nintendo. That way I don't have to take them out of their boxes all the time. I can play my games on those. So, what's that? What's sick as hell, brother? I'm sick as hell now. But yeah, I definitely want to start doing some streams with like other things. Oh yeah, they are pretty awesome. I have one friend that I got a good bit of stuff off of. I can see at least 3 or 4 things back here that I've gotten from him. I was saying about the Japanese N64, and was telling him how he already knew about the backwards compatibility. I mean, not the backwards compatibility. Yeah, the backwards compatibility or whatever. The compatibility issue with the U.S. Cartridges, and it's not. There's no compatibility issue. It's just the back of the cartridge has the slots in a different spot, so you can't push them down into the Japanese version. And he said, "Yeah, all you gotta do is break them tabs out." I was like, "No, I'm not breaking them tabs out of my console. Why would I do that? Especially since I have a U.S. model and a Japanese model. Why would I do that? I'm never gonna do that. You know what I mean? Especially the Japanese model. I mean, the U.S. model is not worth as much, but I'm still not going to do it out of that one either." I was like, no, I just have the Game Shark, and it has instead of, the one that has the slots on the inside, the other one, like the Japanese version has the slots further in on the cartridge, whereas the U.S. model has them further out. And I said the Game Shark has like that wide of, not that wide, but like a wide, like twice as wide as that to cover so it can go in either one. And then you just play them through the Game Shark, whether the Game Shark works for the game or whether you're actually putting codes or anything in. You can bypass it, putting any codes in, and it'll just run through it. And you don't have to break tabs out. You don't want to break tabs out of your consoles. But yeah. So there's a little. I might have to I should get a couple of them here and show you, but I don't know if I'll be able to find the actual Japanese cartridge. It's probably buried in here somewhere. I found plenty of U.S. cartridges, but Japanese cartridge I might not be able to find. I think I actually see it. Yep. Okay, good. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. For anybody that doesn't know, I'm not calling anybody stupid, but some people just don't know or just haven't seen it. Yeah, my brake tab. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this is the U.S. This is a U.S. cartridge. You see where the tabs are on this? They're on the very edges of the cartridge, whereas the Japanese is further in. They're a little wider and they're further in. So yeah, that's the only difference. And the fact that you can't read the frickin' front of it. But yeah, that's the only difference between the two cartridges. There's either console will play either game. Just it won't fit in there because of those different tabs. Now, the Game Shark the Game Shark would have this slot and this edge. It'll have from here all the way to the edge cut out, so it'll fit in either the Japanese or the U.S. And then you can just pop the corresponding game in, that you need, and it'll play it. There's no need to punch, to knock out tabs in your console. It's nah. No thanks. I won't be doing that. My beard's doing some weird shit here, but yeah, that's what you. I can actually show you the. Should be able to get to the Game Shark relatively easy, I should say. Not easy, relatively easy. Let me move the case here. So yeah, here's the Game Shark for the N64. I'll show you what I mean. So yeah, here's the Game Shark, and as you can see on the Game Shark, if you can see that the tab is the whole width of both spaces, so therefore it'll fit in either the Japanese or the US version. So all you gotta do is pop this baby in your US model, pop a Japanese game on top of it, or put it in the Japanese N64, pop a US cartridge in it, and keep on trucking. So why bust the tabs out of your consoles? Not planning on selling the consoles unless I need to, but either way, why do it if you don't have to? Like Ninja Bill said, why do it if you don't have to? Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only difference. It's just like all the other stuff too, like the NES or the Super NES and Super Famicom. Same way, same thing. The cartridge is shaped a little different, but it makes no difference. They're just slotted different. And yeah, and you put the Game Shark in there, put another game on it, works fine. Again, even if it doesn't work for that game, it doesn't matter. It plays straight through either way. What's funny though is I'll tell you a funny little thing here. When I saw, as soon as I can figure out how to get this back in, there we go. Funny thing is, there's actually people out there selling these little adapter things that'll snap into your Japanese version or your US version to play the other games or whatever, and they're selling them for like, I don't know, $80 or something, $80-$90 or something they're getting for these things. And the Game Shark will do the exact same thing, and you can get them for $40-$50, depending on whether they have a box and what kind of condition they're in and all kinds of good stuff. And it makes no sense to buy this adapter that its only function is to make that bridge between, so you don't have to break the tabs out and put the other cartridge in. It doesn't do anything besides that, whereas the Game Shark will do the same thing. Or you can also choose to use codes if you want. Why would you spend more money for less options? What I mean? It doesn't make any sense. But I guess what it is they're probably getting people that don't know about the Game Shark, that don't know the Game Shark can do that, and they're saying, "Oh, this is a special adapter that I need to buy to do this," not thinking, I'll just buy Game Shark and it's cheaper and got more options to play, and they're not really thinking of that. But so don't waste your money on them adapters, because that you can buy a Game Shark cheaper and it does the same thing and more. So there's no need to. But yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. You gotta use your brain a little bit and figure out, especially if you have limited funds like nowadays, like everything's sky freaking high, and you just have to use your brain a little bit, and you can get stuff you need. Do you ever have problems with the two-player tank? No, I don't actually. That thing is a beast. I've never had an issue with that at all. The only issue I have with that I wish I would have done differently, is to get the one that doesn't have the trackball. And the only reason for that is number one, I don't use the trackball. I said the only reason. There's two reasons. I don't use the trackball, which that's not even the biggest thing. The biggest uh, upside to not having the one with the trackball is it won't be as wide, and it would have fit right down in. It would have fit right down in that slot right there that you can see. Instead of I had to build a shelf to set it on because it wouldn't fit down in. If I'd have bought the other one, it would have been cheaper. That's another thing. It would have been cheaper, and it would have fit right down in the arcade cabinet, and I wouldn't have had to build a shelf on there. Looks a little bit silly, but it works. I mean, it works great, actually. I have one and stopped turning on. Stopped turning on, really? Oh, I've had this one for 5 years, 4 or 5 years. I have never had a problem with it. I mean, I guess you can get bad things in anything. That's the way it goes. But it doesn't matter how good they are. You can get bad things and everything. So, all right, I appreciate it, Ninja Bill. Appreciate you stopping in, brother, for sure. Make sure you check out Ninja Bill on YouTube. He's probably on Twitch too. I can't remember. But make sure you check him out. Awesome dude. Does a lot of awesome stuff. So, I believe it is. Yeah, I believe they are. I would definitely check that out. If yours isn't working, I would definitely get a hold of somebody. But I'm pretty sure they are lifetime warranty. I believe. I remember reading that when I got it, but I just threw the box away like a week ago. So that's how. I mean, I have a lot more room on the other side of this part. This is a 14 by 28. I want to roughly say like a 14 by 28 shed, 1-car garage that I sectioned off for this, and there's a lot more room on the other side of this, like twice or 3 times the size of this on the other side. The wall that the TV's hanging on, and I'm on the opposite side of. And I'm working on getting a lot of that cleaned out. Most of it isn't even mine. It's junk other people put there. Some of it's not junk, but most of it is. But I still have a box you want to buy. You want to buy it? Thought you said it didn't work. What the heck? Why would I want to buy it, man? I mean, if it's a lifetime warranty, what the hell? Which one do you have? Do you have the one? Do you have this one, or do you have the smaller one? But yeah, I mean, I wish I would have. In hindsight, I would have went with the smaller one, because the reason I went with this one is because I was going to hook and I still can. I can hook that trackball up to play like Centipede and stuff like that, which would be awesome. But I haven't really used it yet, but I should. It has its own plug for the trackball, so it's kind of like there's no use for it unless I do that, which I should. Like if golf games would be good too, but I don't really play golf games. But if I would have bought the smaller one, it would have fit in there. So. I agree. The one. This ball is better. Yeah, it is. It is better. It's. Yeah. I mean, this in here was the more expensive one, which is another thing. I should have went with the other one because it would have been cheaper. But if you can see that though, this part right here is actually the bottom part. I got 2 switches on there because for some reason, if you turn the Raspberry Pi, which is what's running it, on the same time the TV is, it'll only be a portion of the screen. Whereas if you turn the TV on first, and then turn the Raspberry Pi on, which is why I got 2 switches, then it'll boot up fine. I don't know why it does that. I haven't figured out why it does that. I'm eventually going to put a computer in it. I don't know how many computers I could do one up. Eventually going to put a computer in there and probably get rid of one of the switches. Maybe put the switch on the side where you can't see it or whatever. But it would have fit right down in that spot if I would have. It might have been a little smaller in that spot, but it still would have been great. It would have fit right down in there. But looking back now, I wish I would have bought like that. But difficult to play using a ball anymore. Yeah, well, there's only a certain amount of games that use the ball. So, like Marble Madness, I can't remember if there was an arcade game for that, but you can play Marble Madness on a Raspberry Pi. Marble Madness was a good one to play with the ball. Centipede, golf games. I've never really played too many golf games, but I've seen pretty much all arcade games I've seen that are golf games had the trackball, the roller ball. But bowling, I mean, stuff like that. But other than that, it just really isn't useful, you know what I mean? And you could play them without that. So there really isn't. I really shouldn't have. I mean, it looks neat, it looks cool, but I really don't use it. I've never used it actually, so not on my arcade cabinet at least. But yeah, it looks cool. That's about it. Other than that, I wish I would have bought the other one. I probably will buy another one. Maybe sell this one when I get it or whatever, or something. But I would really love to have a 4-player one. That would be neat as shit. But I don't even know if they make them. Maybe a custom one possibly. But who knows? But yeah, anyway. But anyway, I bet the cabinet was expensive. No, it actually wasn't that bad. That's what everybody. I'm not being ignorant when I say that's what everybody says, but that's why I tell everybody. Like the 1-up cabinets, are they pretty cool? Yeah, they're pretty cool, but they're like $400 or $500. Those 1-up cabinets. This in here cost me about $400 or $500, roughly. All told, everything put together, about $400 or $500. The only difference is the 1-up cabinets, they play what, 4 or 5 games at most. This in here play thousands of games. You know what I mean? So it was really worth this more than to do this more than anything. So, yeah. I mean, a lot of the stuff was cheap actually. Like the actual cabinet itself was an actual cabinet. I can't remember what game it was. I'm gonna have to remember that for the next video, for the next live stream to talk about it. But it was actually an existing cabinet. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Hagerstown, Maryland, but there's a big place in Hagerstown, Maryland that has hundreds of arcade cabinets, from just the cabinet, empty cabinet, which is what this was, to a fully functional looking brand new. What size is the TV? 19-inch, I want to say. I can measure it real quick. I think it's a 19-inch, I believe. Well, maybe not. It's like a 24 inch. It's like a 24 inch. Because you're supposed to measure from corner to corner. It's a 24 inch. It's actually a pretty nice little monitor. TV. It's a TV, but which is what you said. I called it monitor for some reason. You can use it as a monitor, but yeah, it would. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to put a 32 inch in that though, unless I cut some wood. But cut some wood. But that 24 inch actually fit in there perfect. It was badass. And it's funny because if you look at the back of it, there's nothing in it. I mean, the change holder and all the mechanism for the coins to go in, it's all still there. I actually drop quarters in it once in a while, and it's like a giant damn piggy bank. I got like $60 worth of quarters in there just from dropping them in. You know what I mean? I got the change thing that opens up. But other than that, it's just a shelf. There's a shelf in there, and it has my Raspberry Pi, little fan aiming toward the Raspberry Pi, and a surge protector, has a TV and his Raspberry Pi hooked to it, and yeah, that's all it is. It's just very little innards in it, basically. I think there might be a board left in there, but I think it's just a power board. I don't think the board has anything to do with any kind of game, as far as I know, at least. But none of that's hooked up. But I put my own artwork on the side of it. Bought those. It was like, I think $50 for $30 bucks, I think. 25, $30 for both side artworks. And then I got the I can't for life of me remember what the hell it's called, but the marquee. I got the marquee up there for like 14 or $15, and it lights up. I got a light behind it. I can turn on manually, so it's pretty neat. And then I got an on Bluetooth speaker, as you can see right there. I want to actually put something. I got a little booster here, a little tiny receiver. I want to hook to some house speakers and put inside the unit. Anyway, put inside of it and take that off so it looks better. It don't look that good with that hanging there. It sounds good, but just don't look that great. So it's like, you know, I might have spent $600 and getting that put together, but it plays thousands of games rather than spending $400 for a one-up cabinet that plays like 3 or 4 games. You know what I mean? I think 4 is the most that they have. 4. There might be one that plays 5, but I don't know if there is or not. But even if there is. Yeah. But and another thing, the one-up cabinets are just miniature little cabinets. I mean, you can get the risers, but they're only like that wide. You know, they're not full size. Not one of the full size cabinet. But it took me a while to get that. Like, that's a long time in the works to have that cabinet. So I was glad I was able to get that. Yeah, they are. I would love to have a 4-player setup there, but definitely would love to. But another thing, though, picture me trolling, is I can play 4-player on this cabinet, and how I can do that is two players can play on that joystick, on those 2 joysticks, and then I can Bluetooth controllers to it. So I could technically have 4 players if I want. You'd be using a controller like pretty much any Bluetooth controller will pair to the Raspberry Pi. So you can actually play 4-player on it, but it just won't be the arcade style. But and I wish I would have just went with arcade games on that. I think I mentioned it in the previous video. I might get set up another card just for arcades, Um, because like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, it's got a ton of them. But I normally don't play them on. Uh, I mean, I could just Bluetooth a controller to it to play those games, but I don't really can't. I can't really play Mario very well with the arcade stuff. So yeah, I got the Simpsons on there for sure. That's definitely a good one. Yeah, and I love the arcade controls on that. But Turtles games, love them. X-Men games, love them. I actually have. I can't remember if we went through the Turtles. I think we went through the Turtles and the X-Men. My son and I, we went through. I think we went through both of them on a stream. It's been a while, but if you go back in my videos, you'll find them. But it's been a while. But my son loves that thing, especially since you don't have to put quarters in it. You just hit a button on the side and it adds a quarter. I'm definitely going to be rigging it up soon, though. Maybe not soon, but definitely going to be rigging up eventually where you can drop a quarter in it and it registers. Final Fight, hell yeah, those are definitely on there. For sure. I think I'm going to swap those switches out for the arcade switches. The 2-button, the arcade. I have a couple of them. So I think I'm going to swap them out for that just to make it look cooler, you know what I mean? But I kind of held off on doing that because if I put a computer in there, I won't need both switches. And I won't even have the switches there probably. I'll move the switch to like a side or something, or kind of more nonchalantly where you can't see the switch that well. But I mean, it doesn't matter. The switch is a switch. But yeah, I wish I would have went with the smaller stick, with the smaller one, because it would have fit right down in there and been great. But what are you gonna do? You know, what I really would love to do is find somebody that wants like this stick and has a smaller one. I would just trade them even up for it. That would be awesome. But I don't currently know anybody that has, you know what I mean, has one, but I'm going to ask around maybe and see if actually look on like Facebook Marketplace or something, see if someone's selling one. So I'll tell you, I'll trade you a tank stick for, one with the trackball on it for it. Then you can sell that for more money. Yeah. Well, what I did have is I did have it on the one side, on that side of the room, like right here where the stand is, where the speaker is. I had a screen mounted to the wall, and in that stand right there, I had the tank stick sitting on before I actually had my arcade cabinet, which was cool, but it just wasn't the same as an arcade cabinet. It worked the same, but now you got the whole feel. You got the marquee, you got the cabinet there. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. And see, I thought about that too. It's funny you say that because I thought about that too. I was asking my sister because my sister's a nurse, and I was asking my sister if there's a way she could get one of those, one of them, them things that nurses wheel around in the hospital that have a monitor on it and a keyboard and shit. I thought that would be neat as shit to have, put a flat screen on and have the tank stick on there, and you can wheel it around anywhere. Put it in my house, I can just wheel it around anywhere and play games. I thought that'd be neat as shit. So it's funny you say that, because I was thinking that. And if I do get the smaller tank stick without the smaller setup and not get rid of this one, I might do that. I might put this one, put this one on it. Because I have a computer monitor, you can use a computer monitor even if it doesn't have audio, because you can just run the audio out of your Raspberry Pi and plug it into a speaker like I have here, and works fine. What is this? A message here. But yeah. Let's see. Would you get rid of? Would I get rid of the Power Glove? I don't know. For the right price, I imagine, but no one would probably want to pay that price just because they don't work out well. I mean, it's fully functional, but anybody that's ever used a Power Glove knows that they're not that great. Even fully functionally, they're not that great. And I guess maybe it's because I'm comparing it to like motion controls of like the Wii and stuff like that. And you can't do that. It's completely different. It's a completely different setup, and there's no way that you can compare it to it because it's old and new technology. It's just no comparison. But there's most of the stuff I wouldn't get rid of. If I had to get rid of it, then yeah. If someone offered me a decent enough price, I'd probably sell it. But for the most part, no, I wouldn't get rid of them. And the only reason for that is because, when you collect stuff, a lot of times you don't get rid of stuff. I mean, I get rid of stuff, but I don't get rid of stuff that, if I have more than one of it, or, you know what I mean, or something like that, I'll get rid of them. But I typically keep one of each console at least, not, I currently do have a couple of different consoles. Like I have a couple Xbox One or Xbox 360s. Although they are a different model. Like this is the older model. It's the Halo 3 edition. It's the older model, and the other one's the second model. It's the R2D2 C3PO combination. One, and have a couple original Xboxes. One of them's modded that has like almost 10,000 games on it. Whereas this is just in here is just like an old, just basic like factory one. So it's how much would you say? Like 200? 200 is probably about what it's worth, I would say. If it had a box and everything, it'd be worth more money, of course. But 200 is probably about what it's worth. A good deal. A good deal would be a tank stick for the Power Glove. Then you can make your own. What do you mean make your own? You actually have to have you'd have to have your own They do have templates to make to make a top for one of those arcade cabinets or arcade sticks that have the 4 players, and then you just have to buy the buttons and stuff and wire it all up. I don't think they sell, as far as I know, I don't think they sell them already built. They might, but I don't know. I don't think X Arcade has a 4 anyway. So it's kind of, you know, kind of sucks, but there are people making like the boxes, but then you just have to buy all the, then you have to buy all the buttons and shit and put in there, but you'd have to figure out a way to make it work with the Raspberry Pi and all that fun stuff, but if you knew what you were doing, you could do it, for sure. I've never really done that, but I mean, I've meddled with stuff and I've built certain things that like that, but nothing like a wiring all the little individual buttons and everything. But yeah, getting a 4 player would be awesome, but I don't know, it wouldn't be able to be any wider than that, obviously, unless I fastened it on there somehow so it wouldn't fall off, which is possible. I could fasten it on there somehow, but I wouldn't want it to be any wider than that, obviously. But if it was a 4 player, it would have to be a little wider, I'd imagine, just to get all 4 in there. But that trackball takes up like enough for one spot just about, so it'd have to be probably that much wider on each end, at least, to get 4 in there. Oh, I'm gonna get caught up with the can make a. Yeah, I don't think I'm skilled enough to make a 4 player tank stick, or you know what I'm saying, the arcade stick. I could give. Yeah, the template's not hard to do. It's just wiring all them buttons, all them individual buttons. It's where I'd get lost. I could probably do it if I really studied on it hard enough, but I'm good with what I have. I just but yeah, I definitely want to make improvements on that, especially the speaker. I mean, the speaker, it doesn't look horrible, but I'd rather have speakers on the inside and have 4 of them, which would be nice, because there's supposed to be 4 speakers, supposed to be 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, and that it would sound a lot nicer, and you wouldn't see that. It's kind of an eyesore for it to be sticking out like that. Yeah, but I wouldn't be able to. I don't think I'd be able to figure something like that. It would drive me nuts trying to do something like that. Change the brakes, I could do that. Yeah, definitely I could change brakes. Well, if they're disc brakes, the freaking drum brakes are a pain in the ass. I never want to do those again. Thankfully, all my vehicles have disc brakes, so they're a friggin' cinch to do. But till you go in there, because I got a Jeep, and my wife has a Jeep. We both have Jeep Patriots, and I have a Ford Explorer as well. But the Jeep Patriots, the back ones, they say, well, what brakes you need? There's 2 different ones. You have to measure your rotor, how wide your rotor is in order. Oh, jeez, really? just to get some damn brake pads. Like, really? So, or yeah, is it brake pads? I think it was brake pads. I was like, why can't I just bring the brake pads? Yeah. And they're like, hey, here we go. We'll match them up here. This has got a little more, this has got a lot more wear on it, but it's the same damn width, I opened it before, and there's. But yeah, it's. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely want to make some cosmetic stuff on it for sure. Like I said, I might get the smaller one. That way, they'll just fit right down inside and get rid of the two switches. I might still have to have the two switches, but I can hide them better than so it's a little further. You know what I mean? So it looks a little more a little better. I mean, it works the way it is, but it works great actually the way it is. But just do some slight modifications to it. You can always improve on stuff, that's for sure. Like, seems like you're never, like when you do a project like that, you're never actually done. You're always wanting to improve upon it. Obviously, just like anything else. But there's a couple little projects I want to get into here. First of all, I want to clean out some of this stuff, get rid of some stuff to make room, make some breathing room, it's I'm not claustrophobic, but if I was, I'd be going ape shit in here probably. I would make cabinets, then sell them. Yeah, I wish I could do that. I don't really have the room to do that kind of stuff. If I had that side over there cleaned out, I'd have the room to do that kind of stuff. But then, and that would be a good idea for sure. I mean, something that plays thousands of games, you know what I mean? People would want, but you could definitely make some money off of it. That's for sure. But yeah, that's for sure. They would be too expensive. But like that's why I was going back to those one-up cabinets. They're cool. I'm not dissing the one-up cabinets, especially like the Turtles when it has the 4 players. That's neat as shit. But it's just like, unless it was one of those cabinets, I wouldn't really buy it because it's a lot of money for playing a couple little games. I mean, I think the Turtles one is worth it though, honestly, because it might only play 2 games, the arcade game and the Turtles in Time, but it has 4 controls, and has the riser comes with it. It would be worth it to me. That would be worth it. But most of them, eh. I'm the one that does emulators. Do you remember? Full cabinet. Full cabinet. We're talking 3,000. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine that that's probably what something would cost. One of these days I would love to get... I've seen a couple cabinets and they had like the 4 players and a big widescreen. I'm like, one of these days I might get my hands on one of those, but for now that's about all I can do. I mean, yeah, I could sell some stuff, but I don't want to sell off all my collection just to get a cabinet, you know what I mean? Not my whole collection, but like, I don't want to sell off, half my collection to get a cabinet, you know what I mean? It's like, eh. But I would love one, that's for sure. Like a real nice one. That would be awesome. For sure. I'd love to do it one of these PS3s. I mean, I actually have one of them done up, but not the way I'm thinking about wanting to try to make it get it set up to where it runs like a Raspberry Pi, where it just comes on and you can't even tell it's a PS3. You know what I mean? It just boots up into the system and you flip through the consoles like you do on the Raspberry Pi. I don't think it's possible though to do it like that with a PS3. So I'll probably just do it with a computer, but yeah, yeah, that's definitely a wise decision to have them ordered, because have them already paid for, because you don't want to you don't want to put all that time and effort and money into building one, and then it just fucking and someone just backs out of the deal. Nah, definitely want to have that money up front. That way you know you're not going to get burned. That's for sure. I'll tell you something. Have you ever modded a PS3 like to play like retro games and stuff like that? Picture me trolling. Like, I mean, I one of the one there I have actually modded, and I can play retro games on it easy enough. But I have to. Here's the thing: I have to go and I have to start up the program, like a hen program or whatever it's called. Then I got to go into like 3, 4 different things to get to the game to load it up. You know what I mean? And then it finally boots up, and then if you back out of it, then you have to go through a couple steps again to get back. It's I'd love it to be just when it starts up, just like it's a retro, you know what I mean, console, like my Xbox does that. It just starts up and boots right into the screen, and boom, it comes right up to like an intro where you can go into like Xbox games, because it does have a certain amount of Xbox games on as well. Or you can go to retro games, and when you go in there, it just has like you can just scroll sideways to the consoles and up and down for the games. What's that? Xbox and Wii. Yeah, definitely. I have a Wii over here that the disc drive doesn't work. I want to like put a bunch of GameCube games on it, because it's the backwards compatible one, and I can plug GameCube controllers and memory cards into it. I want to make it into like have all the, maybe not all the GameCube games, because let's face it, you won't play them all. There's some GameCube games you just be like, I don't want to play that game. So put all the ones I want to play on it, and but I got to get one of them. I got to get one of the motion sensor bars so I can control it. Got everything but that. I did have that because I had one for my Wii U's. You can see the box up there. But my kids broke theirs for their Wii U, so I gave them mine. So I'm gonna have to buy another one if I want to use it for that. So yeah, it has an SD card slot. Yep. Yeah, there's a little flap underneath the disk drive, and it's got the card reader under there with an SD card. So, but then it also has the GameCube memory card slots, because mine's the backwards compatible one. It has the GameCube memory card slots and 4 controller slots, holes in it, so you can plug GameCube controller in there and play it. But I just need the little sensor bar the controller. I got a controller up there. As you can see, I got the Legend of Zelda edition controller. I've never even used. It's never even been used, but I would break it out to use it just for, setting that up at least. But yeah, I'd love to be able to get the PS3 doing that, but I'll probably just end up with my one PC over here. I actually put some more RAM in it and a better video card in it. So all I gotta do is put an operating system on it and go with it. But yeah, I'll probably go to an hour and a half here before I jump off. I appreciate you coming out, everybody, and I appreciate subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said, 500 subscribers. I think I'm at 480 now, so I need 20 more for all you mathematicians. I need 20 more subscribers to reach 500, and all you have to be is subscribed to be able to participate in a giveaway. So. What kind of system requirements are we talking? Like I don't want to play a ton of stuff, but let's just say arcade. Like if I was to put get my computer and just put MAME on it, just put arcade stuff on it, just because that's an arcade cabinet, just all the arcade stuff. Specifically RAM. How much RAM do you think would be a good... I can't remember how much I have in that one. Can't remember how much RAM I put in that computer, but what do you think would be a good RAM to... Just for arcades is probably what I would do. Because then I would take my Raspberry Pi out of there and it would be like a little portable console I could take anywhere I want to go. Which is what it's meant to be for, but... Not much. Get a... I do have a gaming computer, but I was going to use the other one. I wasn't going to put my gaming computer in there, but I have a couple other ones here. I have a Dell over here and an HP. I was going to probably put the Dell in there. It's a pretty big tower, but I'd make a shelf in there for it or something. But, I can't remember how much RAM I have in it. I want to say it's got 8 gigs of RAM. I want to say that, but I don't know if that's what it is. But, because I just found some more RAM not too long ago and put in there, so. 1016, 1017. But it does have a HDMI port on it. I put a new video card in it. Okay, appreciate that. I think that's what it's got. I think, but I gotta put an operating system. Is there any operating system you would recommend, or doesn't it matter? Is there like an operating system that works better than others, possibly? I have a couple operating systems I could put on it. I think I have XP. I think the only one I have is XP, actually. I might have Vista, but I definitely have XP, Windows XP, to put on something. I did have a couple different operating systems, but I can't remember what the heck they are. No, I'm not meaning 8 gigs of hard drive space. I mean 8 gigs of RAM. I mean 8 gigs of RAM. The hard drive in it is... I'm not even sure what the hard drive is. I want to say the hard drive's a 250 gig, if I had to guess. I think it's got a 250 gig hard drive in it, I believe. I need to bust it out and check it out some more and um, tinker with it some more. I've kind of started building it up. I got it from a buddy. I got the casing from a buddy, and I've been putting stuff in it. And whenever I find something that'll work for it, I'll put it in there. Like I put a new video card with an HDMI out on it, and put some more RAM in it. I think I get 8 gigs of RAM. I think it's a 250 gig hard drive, if I remember. So, and I figured I'm just going to set up for arcades, for arcade stuff. So, but so there's a way to set it up to where it'll boot up like a Raspberry Pi when you turn it on. And see, another thing is though is the PC. I have to be able to turn it on from outside. I wouldn't want to have to reach in behind it and turn the PC on. You know what I mean? I'd have to figure out how to do that, but because you know the PC be in around behind setting, and you don't want to have to reach around and hit a button every time. And like, yeah. The only way I could do that is to have it like the PC far forward, and then have it to where I can like stick my hand under the keyboard or above the keyboard, and have a little gap there where the button is, and push the button or whatever, and then you can turn it off by hand. But okay, yeah, I'm thinking on that one. Yeah, on that one I'm just gonna go arcades, but and I don't think you need a horrible amount of RAM for running arcades. It's when you get into the like Sega Saturn and Dreamcast and N64 and stuff like that that I think you need the most RAM, right? Like arcades are probably definitely use more RAM than like the old school stuff though. Like the NES, Super NES, pretty much anything runs that stuff. But yeah, I figured I would definitely set the PC up to it, and then that way the PC would run it. That PC would run it better than 2 terabytes will work. If I set that PC up to, that PC will run it better than any Raspberry Pi will. And I can just use Raspberry Pi for portable stuff. But okay. Where did I ever ask you where you're from? Picture me trolling. The best is 16 gigabytes. That's what my gaming computer has. 16 gigabytes of RAM and a 2 terabyte hard drive. But I wouldn't run it off of that because I'm not going to put that in my. You know, I use that gaming computer out here. I wouldn't put it in my cabinet, but I'd put the other one in there in a heartbeat. But for Sunday. Hey, Mr. Prime John 1, what's up, brother? Appreciate you stopping in. Ready for Sunday. Five generation war. Yeah, my buddy gave me that computer. He said, you know, beef it up a little bit here and there. He said it should run pretty much anything I want to run anyway. And I haven't heard from him since. It kind of dropped off the face of the planet, so hope he's all right and everything. But so kind of have to figure it out by myself. So been doing a little research on it and try to get her fixed up. Let's see. Ready for? What do you mean? Oh, you talking about ready for? You talking about you ready for the toy show this Sunday? Hell yeah! Hope you find some awesome shit there. That's for sure. Once in a while you don't find nothing, but last time I went I didn't. I did find a couple things I liked, but didn't really bite on them. I should have bought that box of that had like the 5200 games and stuff on it, but it would have just pissed me off to have 5200 games and not a 5200 not have the 5200 console, you know what I mean? So I would be looking at them like, damn, I wish I could play these, you know what I mean? But I will get one eventually. It's kind of one of the consoles I want to get still. There's like three or four at least three consoles I want to get still, and my collection will really be over because I don't want to get, you know, every console. It'd be hard to do, first of all. Second of all, I don't have enough room for that shit. But you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have the money to go anyway. So, spend all my money on a $17,000 roof. So, $17,000 roof and I have to put $600-700 in oil for my tank, so kind of all I'll see is a bunch of shit I like and I'll be able to buy it anyway probably, so I don't know. Plus, I don't know if I'm going on my family reunion Sunday or not, but I guess we'll see. Just no bigger drive. CD games. Yeah, I wouldn't want to play the CD games though. Like, I mean, that would be great and everything, but if I put it in the arcade cabinet, I'm just going to put all arcade games. Just put the whole arcade collection on it and just run arcades. Which I could do with the Raspberry Pi easy enough, but like PS2. Yeah, like PS2 and stuff like that. It takes a little more shit to it to run them. That's for sure. I heard a lot of them have trouble with Sega Saturn for some reason. Yeah, probably. That's probably about what it is. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's a ton of games. Which I have all the names on that, and Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Genesis, like Game Boy Color, and a ton of different ones. And then on my Xbox, I have like 24 different consoles on there, which is pretty awesome. But But I figured, you know, if I put something in the arcade cabinet, I'm just going to go arcade. Since it's an arcade cabinet, it says arcade classics on it. I think I'm just going to go with an arcade. With the main. Which I think would be pretty awesome. You just start up and you literally have the entire arcade collection there. If you're looking for an arcade game to play, you know you have it because you got the whole collection. Do you have MGX console? No, I don't think I do. I don't think. I vaguely remember that, but that's one I definitely don't have. What is the MGX? Is it like a? Is it one of the? Is it an actual console, or is it one of them things to put on your phone? Yeah, I definitely have Sega stuff. I have Sega CD, stuff like that. Um, I don't have anything higher than a Sega CD though. The the Sega, some of the Sega CD ones on the other one, they run pretty slow, so I don't play them much. But I have the Sega CD ones on my Xbox anyway. Hey, what's up, Most Holy? Appreciate you stopping in. But yeah, I guess it's getting a little crowded in. It's getting a little crowded in here. If anybody wants a room tour here if you want a room tour here before I jump off, I'll show you around here as best I can. The cord's only so long, so it's kind of. But I mean, I could show you the other wall that you're not seeing. You're seeing this wall and that wall. You're seeing two walls, but you're not seeing the other side. It has a bunch of shit too, but 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 yeah, I'll probably jump off here at 1:30, an hour and 30 minutes. So still got a little time here. Appreciate anybody that is new to the channel to subscribe. Again, at 500 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a giveaway, so be looking out for that. Just be subscribed when I do it, and when you jump in, I'll just check, see if you're subscribed, and if you are, you'll be able to participate. And I always do the wrestling games. You pick it's computer versus computer. I'm not controlling anything, and have like a wrestling tournament with a wrestling game. Each player, each participant will pick which character they want, and basically have this big tournament for the win. And I'll probably give away 3 cards this time. I'll probably give away a Nintendo, shop card, a PlayStation, and an Xbox one. So all 3 this time probably. Just in case, not everybody's, when I first started doing it, I just done PSN cards under the assumption that people were watching with the, live from PlayStation, and that's what a lot of people were doing at the time. But nowadays you're watching from computers and phones and all kinds of other stuff, and you might not have a PlayStation, you might have a Nintendo, you might have an Xbox. So I kind of want to, hit those those people as well. Plus, it gives you 3 chances to win something. So, I mean, what's not to love about that? You know what I mean? And I'll have to think of a creative way to do the 3 giveaways. Maybe one of them would just be a trivia question or something. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. So I have to do a little research on how I can do that, but unless I just do more than one tournament, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know that I'll get that many people, so unless I do a tournament and whoever wins that, okay, then that person gets a prize, gets to choose, and then get another person in, do it all over again with all the same people, plus replacing that one that won with a new player, going all through it again to get the second one away, do it again to get the third one away. That would be a long stream, but yeah, if you watch some of my older videos, I basically had these 2 bookshelves back here is all I had, and I didn't have half the stuff I have in there now. But just a little corner of a basement. It was even more cramped. I'm saying it's cramped in here now, but boy was it ever way too cramped before I got this. So. But yeah, we're coming up on an hour and a half here. Again, I appreciate everybody stopping in. Anybody that watches this later, I appreciate you just as much, and appreciate everybody supporting my channel. I've been getting a lot more subscribers lately. I mean, I'm not, you know, oh, look at all my subscribers kind of deal, because I don't have that many, and even if I did, I still wouldn't brag or say anything like that, because that's just not me. But I do appreciate, you know, the subscribers I get. I really do. And imagine Thanos have the jewels taped on there. That would be hilarious as fuck. Yeah, it definitely would be funny. You play Mortal Kombat 11 or last? What is the last Mortal Kombat I played? I can't even remember what the last Mortal Kombat I played was. I can tell you pretty quick. I'm pretty sure I don't have Mortal Kombat 11 yet. I never did buy that one, but I can't remember what the last Mortal Kombat I did play was, to be honest. Let's see what the heck I have in here. Yeah, I think yeah, you're gonna laugh, but this is the last Mortal Kombat game I've played. I need to get more, but that's that's like the newest Mortal Kombat game I've played. I haven't played many Mortal Kombat games lately. I do need to get some. I did hear that Mortal Kombat 11 was bad. Is that the newest one? Mortal Kombat 11? Kind of like the Assassin's Creed series. I haven't gotten any more. Oh, wait a minute. This is the newest Mortal Kombat game. This is the newest Mortal Kombat game I've played. So, you know, that's the newest one I played right there. Haven't really played any past that, but ugh. If you're a gamer, what's your favorite game? Yeah, see, that's a really hard question, actually. But are you talking about of all time? Like, it doesn't matter what console it is, or are you talking about old console, or are you talking about new console? You know what I mean? I'm assuming you're just talking about of all time, which is really hard to choose. But it's my shit, man. Okay, 11's the newest. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, I definitely need to pick that up. I have heard it's a pretty damn good game, but I just never played it yet. I don't even know if I've watched. Typically, I watch like videos of games just to see what they look like and decide whether I want to buy them or not. But I don't think I've watched too many Mortal Kombat 11, if any. Maybe, I'm not sure. Like I said, I've gotten out of reality with Mortal Kombat games. I definitely need to get back into them though, because I've always loved the Mortal Kombat series. But the Soul series. But it's I'll just say the Soul series. All the Soul series are your favorite, is that what you're saying? Picture me trolling. But to say, you know, to ask what your favorite game is, that's pretty difficult to say. But if I had to pick one game, I would say Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I've always loved that game. There was a couple things in there that pissed me off, but for the most part, it's, you know, one of my all-time favorite games. Certainly my favorite for the N64. A lot of people were into Mario 64, and it was alright and everything. It's just, I've always loved Ocarina of Time for the N64. That's definitely one of my all-time favorite games. Also love the Link to the Past. Legend of Zelda is definitely my favorite genre of games, you know, of all time. But that's one of the biggest reasons I bought the Switch, is for Mario games and Zelda games. But yeah, coming up on an hour and 30 minutes here. I appreciate everybody stopping in. Appreciate all the support, and gonna jump off here. Don't like to get these too long, just because people that come in later, they're like, oh wow, he just did a 4-hour stream. I'm not gonna watch 4 hours worth of video, you know what I mean? And it gets people watching it more. If it's an hour and a half, they might want to watch it more, you know what I mean? As opposed to so long. So yeah, definitely an awesome, definitely awesome for sure. I'm not sure why I done that, but anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you check out all the links in the description below after this video has been uploaded. Appreciate a subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. if you like what you see, and be doing a giveaway in 500 subscribers, so watch out for that. And until next time, I'll meet you right back here in the Oasis.